Hey guys, how's it going? Ricky Widmer here along with Brandon Swanson. And I'm going to level with you guys. I wanted to do every single bowl game. That was a goal for me this bowl season. This guy, my hands got interlocked there. This guy ain't having none of it though.
No, absolutely not. Because what I want to do for you guys was really talk about the games that mattered. And when talking about the games that mattered, really give you some good material. You know, the games that we did last week, it was kind of funny. I didn't really care, clearly. But, it's more fun to talk about games that you want to talk about. And isn't it more fun to listen to people who actually care what they want to talk about? Right? Yeah, I know. Y'all are with me.
So I hope we got all the New Year's Six in here. I think we did. I think we've got all the New Year's Six plus one random one. And we're going to start off Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl.
Yeah, sure.
Houston, Florida State. Who you got?
Houston, Florida State. I actually didn't think Florida State was that good this year.
No, they weren't.
And Everett Golston's not playing. He's got family matters.
The TV show?
I don't know. I just don't know what's going on with him.
Urkel's in town for family matters?
Urkel, man, I wish Urkel was back.
I do that?
That's my guy right there. But I'm going Houston in this game, actually, folks.
I was going to go Cougars. Yeah, Cougars with the win in this one. The Coach Todd going to get the win. Not Todd McShay, not Todd. Coach Todd Herman's getting the win in this one.
And folks,
for Florida State.
I know many of you who follow us are probably going, Brandon, you do realize you just picked a group of 5 team. Yeah, I know. I get it.
It's a good group of 5 team. That's the best group of 5 team. How about the Citrus Bowl going up against Khaki and Jim Harbaugh going up against SEC Florida? Who you got?
Well, Florida, both these teams actually were pretty good this year. Florida was pretty good. Not the elite level
Not
we
good,
saw when they
pretty good.
When we saw them play against Alabama to be at the elite level for the championship game in the SEC. They weren't there. Alabama's in a class of their own though. On the other side for Michigan, leaps and bounds better than what I thought they were going to be.
Yeah, I mean, who would have thunk that the only missing key was getting rid of Brady Hoke? I mean, Michigan fans, but I didn't think they'd be as good as they were year one.
Jim Harbaugh really turned that around.
Can turn it around in a snap of a finger.
And I'll tell you why. We've been talking about it all year. It's because he brought everyone on the team a nicely ironed pair of khakis, and that honestly got it done. So Michigan in this one, and they're wearing their khakis to the stadium.
Yeah, I'm going Big Blue in this one. You guys knew I was going to go with a Big Ten team. Got to go Big Blue. The next one, even though I hate this team and I feel bad that I have to pick them, we've got the Fiesta Bowl, Notre Dame, Ohio State. Brandon, the orange and blue blood in me is boiling right now. Got to take my blood pressure pills. Because I'm picking Ohio State over Notre Dame.
And I'm picking Notre Dame over Ohio State. That really wasn't a surprise in this one. But
Zeke, last game for the Buckeyes.
I think that actually Ezekiel Elliott will probably run pretty well on Notre Dame. But Ohio State, we'll see how their defense holds up against Notre Dame, whose offense has actually been pretty good this year. So we'll see what Will Fuller can bring to the table in this big one.
Yeah, and I feel like Will Fuller, to me, it's all about how could you help your draft stock. I'm actually looking at Deshaun Kaiser, the future for Notre Dame at the quarterback position. Then we've got the granddaddy of them all, the Stanford Cardinal going up against the Iowa Hawkeyes. You guys know who I'm picking. I'm going Iowa Hawkeyes all day, every day in this one.
Well, see, in this one, it is a home game for the Stanford Cardinals, or as some people thought, the Stanford Trees.
Yeah, they are trees.
Yeah, well, they are, but that's not their...
Christian McCaffrey's going to have a good game. It's not their name. It's all going to be Jordan Canzeri in this one.
It's going to be It's going to be Stanford for me, I think, because Stanford's got a little too much offense. Iowa, they have Canzeri. That about does it.
And then we've got the last game, the Sugar Bowl. Before we get into the semifinal games, we've got Oklahoma State, Ole Miss. Part of me wants to pick Ole Miss, but I'm going to lean on the side of Oklahoma State. I mean, this Big 12 high fight. If it was Florida versus Oklahoma State, I'd pick Florida, but because it's Ole Miss, I got to go with the Cowboys.
I'm going Oklahoma State as well. I don't think Ole Miss won't be able to keep up offensively with the Cowboys. They just won't be able to do it.
And now We got to get these logos, get these guys out of here. As we clear those up, we've got 2 left. And the reason why I cleared up those logos for us down there, Brandon, is we've got 2 left. And these are the biggest games of the bowl season. The 2 semifinals. Which one do you want to pick first?
I say let's go Michigan State, Alabama.
Michigan State, Alabama. Who you got?
This, in my mind, it's clear cut. Yes, I get it. I'm an Alabama fan, but Alabama wins in this one. In a rout, I won't say a rout. They win big. Derrick Henry all day.
I'm going to go with Alabama as well. And the reason why is I said this on the Primetime Podcast. And for a longer explanation, you can go listen to the Primetime Podcast. However, this is going to be the Oklahoma-Florida State of last year. Alabama wins. Alabama's the favorite. They are going to win. Beat Michigan State, however, I wouldn't be surprised if the Spartan and Sparty came out to play and gave it one hell of a just charge and upsetted. However, it's the other game. The Sooners and the Tigers, I feel like this one's going to be more of that Buckeye-Alabama game from last year. I am picking, you guys can check out the Primetime Podcast for what I think about this game, or you're coming here from the Primetime Podcast to see who I'll pick. Oklahoma gets the upset, and we're going to have the Oklahoma-Alabama national title. The Sooners and the Crimson Tide going natty.
So this is a tough game, and on the Primetime Podcast, I said how it was a tough game, and I wasn't going to tell you who I was going to pick until we got to the video. So here we are. 2 teams, real good teams. They should be there. One, I see them as a very offensive team. The other team, I don't see them as a defensive team, but I see them as being more defensive than better on defense than offense for the countering team. If that made any sense, it was supposed to confuse you. At the end of the day, you have to look at both offenses. Who's going to be better there? You also have to look at both defenses. Who makes more stops? Who is going to be able to win the turnover battle? Who's it going to be? So I had to think to myself, and I didn't have a lot of time. But at the end of the day, I'm going to pick Oklahoma. Because I think...
So we're in agreement.
I think...
This is a shock to you because he wouldn't even tell me until this moment.
I really think that I'm going Oklahoma because they've got a little bit more of an edge offensively. Yes, in the Primetime Podcast, I picked Deshaun Watson as the quarterback that I would take. But I still think that overall, offensively, Oklahoma is the team that's going to get it done. So Oklahoma's my pick.
I'm going to put one more pick at the end of this video. One more. You ready for it? If you had to pick one of the semifinal games, who's your one right now where you're saying, boom, national championship, I don't care what happens in either game, this team's going to win it no matter who they play? I know who you're going to say, but I just want to hear it.
Yeah, it's Alabama. Alabama should be your national champion.
I feel like the favorite, yeah. But however, I feel like Oklahoma, if there's any team that can make a run for this thing, it's Oklahoma. Because if they beat Clemson, whoever they play in the national title is going to be watching because they're going to be catching steam just like Ohio State did. And then next year we're talking about, well, maybe you want to be the 4th team in. Maybe you want to be that 4th team in because it doesn't matter. However, let's hope that we maybe move to 8 teams. Come on, we got to get some more teams in this playoff. Some people think that 4 is fine, but this is where you guys come in. Let us know down below what you think of these games. More importantly, those semifinal games. What are you looking at here? Spartans, Crimson Tide, Tigers, Sooners alike. We have a big old zoo here at MVP, full of all sorts of sports creatures. But this is the last bowl pick'em we're going to have this year. We'll have one more. We'll have the national title game next week. So we're getting more to the end. I want to thank you guys I'm going to say right now, thank you for this ride we've been on. We're going to be bringing more football videos to you and stuff. Brandon's going to maybe be talking some baseball now that we don't have football to talk about. But thank you guys for checking out this video. And as always, have a good day, everybody.